let's bring back snippets of what happened or last Saturday on Newsfile. Senior partner at Africa Legal Associates, Gabby Otchere-Darko, says it's important to raise the necessary capital or finances locally for banks to develop the economy. Speaking on the last edition of the Newsfile at the University of Professional Studies in Accra, he said the number of banks in the country does not matter, but the strength of the banks matter as far as supporting the economy is concerned.
So, Gabby, given that you had as many as 23 banks meeting the minimum capital requirements, from 120, is it to 400? Doesn't that suggest that those had the muscle and they were indeed in good standing, and they should be those that we should have faith in, that they can, keep our financial sector, in good standing? Going forward, is there a way to ensure that we don't come back to this story of having to revoke licenses of banks?
I think so. First of all, in terms of the moves being put in place by the central bank themselves, and we've seen it happen before. It happened in Nigeria. It's happening in Kenya, and even in the West it's happened. But I think first of all, it is sad that it had to happen to Ghanaian-owned banks, because essentially, if we're looking to develop, and we need to be able to have the finances, to be able to raise the finances locally to develop. A lot of the movements in the city downwards over the last few months has been caused by what? People moving away their cash, because of course big contractors were paid. And a lot of these big contractors are Chinese and the rest of it. They need to go back, take the money back before the end of the year. So it's important that we are able to raise the necessary capital locally, the funds locally, to do so. And to do so, you need banks that are also Ghanaian, so they can also keep their money here. But it's not necessarily numbers. It's about the strength of the banks that you have. Some countries may have just 10 banks, but the capital base of those banks are strong enough to support the economy.
Gabby Otchere-Darko there, speaking on the last edition of Newsfile last Saturday at the University of Professional Studies, Accra. Today, we'll be continuing our talk on the year of return. Some teething problems we want to look at. How do we make it even better? This is still The Pulse with me, Gifty Andopia. We'll take a very quick break. When we return, send your comment in. We have the president of the Hoteliers Association joining us in the studio for that quick conversation. Do stay.